Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about how can you tell if a product is saturated in dropshipping. Dropshipping is a business model that I have a lot of experience in, that I've made good money in the last 10 years. But I've personally been making money on the internet for 10 years. And in this video, I'm also going to talk about another business model called local lead generation. So if you're really a newbie looking into dropshipping to earn extra income on the internet, I highly suggest you check out my other favorite business model, which is called local lead generation. In my opinion, today it's a lot less saturated and easier to do than dropshipping. How do you know if a product is saturated in dropshipping? Saturation happens when too many dropshippers promote the same product with similar ads. This drives up advertising costs and makes the product less profitable. Knowing how to spot these saturated dropshipping products can make or break your business. Let's start with demand. Use Google's keyword tool to check how many people are searching for your product each month. If there aren't many searches, it might be a sign that people aren't interested. You can also use tools like Saturation Inspector to see how many others are selling the same item. Remember, you want a product with high demand but low competition. Next, check out social media platforms like Facebook and TikTok. If you see tons of ads for the same product, then that's a red flag. Look at the engagement on these ads too. If they're getting lots of likes, comments, and shares, the market might already be crowded. Also, pay attention to how old the ads are. If they've been around for a while and people are still engaging, that product might be reaching its saturation point. Here's an interesting fact. Since 2020, the number of Shopify stores has grown by over 200%. That means there's more competition than ever in the dropshipping world. So you need to be extra careful when choosing your products. Now, let's move on to reviews. Head over to AliExpress and look at the number of orders and reviews for your potential product. If there are tons of orders but not many reviews, it could mean other dropshippers have been buying the product to resell. This is another sign of potential saturation. Speaking of AliExpress, here's a quick rule of thumb. If a product has more than 1,000 orders, it might be saturated. And if you're seeing endless pages of the same item, it's probably past its prime. Time is also a factor. Products that have been around for more than 6 months have likely already been advertised by many other dropshippers. Use tools like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout to check how long a product has been selling and how its price has changed over time. You can still succeed in dropshipping saturated products if you can create a unique angle or increase the product's perceived value. See, one of the biggest issues with dropshipping is that it's so easy for somebody to see a winning dropshipping ad and duplicate the whole funnel, go to AliExpress and find a similar product to dropship from, that the barrier of entry is low. This is why I like local lead gen, because what we use is SEO. You have to actually build and rank a website at the top of the Google's search engine, which takes time, which is at least 3 to 4 months before you can get to the top. So this is what creates less saturated business model, whereas dropshipping, I can duplicate a winning dropshipping funnel in less than 1 day. For example, you could focus on sustainability or social responsibility. According to Forbes, 88% of buyers are more committed to businesses that support social or environmental causes. This can be a way to stand out in the market. The average person sees around 10,000 ads per day. So the challenge is to make your product and marketing stand out from the crowd. Look for items that solve a problem, save time, or add value to people's lives. And always keep an eye on market trends. Sometimes you can make good money by jumping on a trend early, even if it becomes saturated later. Lastly, don't forget about product research. Use tools like Google Trends, Ecom Hunt, or Sell the Trend to find products with high demand and low competition. Check out social media posts and online market forums to see what people are talking about. There are 2.64 billion online shoppers in the world as of 2024. That's a huge market just waiting for the right products. In conclusion, spotting saturated products in dropshipping takes some detective work, but it's totally doable. Look at demand, competition, reviews, and timing. And remember, even if a product seems saturated, there might be a unique angle you can take to make it successful. However, keep in mind that dropshipping has a very low success rate. 9 out of every 10 beginner dropshippers will fail within the first 4 months. You should not start dropshipping if you do not have a solid business plan or cannot afford to lose your invested capital. The business model I recommend for beginners is local lead generation. It has a low starting cost and low risks. Even better, it creates sustainable passive income that can run smoothly for years with no input from you. It works by creating and ranking a niche site on Google. You then rent it out to local businesses who would benefit from the generated traffic. You can earn $500 to $3,000 from one site. A local lead generation business is also highly scalable. By repeating the rank and rent process as much as you want, you can potentially create 6 to 7 figures of passive income. Local lead generation is the business model that changed my life. I was able to quit my job and have a lot of time freedom. And unlike dropshipping, where you constantly have to follow new trends, constantly have to watch if an ad is performing the right ROI or not, local lead generation, once you build and rank these sites at the top of the Google search engine, you can literally just let it be, set it and forget it, and it'll keep making money for you. This is what allowed me to travel the world and spend more time doing what I love to do instead of working on the business, being stressed out if an ad is performing or if my niche got saturated or not. So if you're interested, we have a coaching program for local lead generation. We have over 7,500 students. We have the best coaching program on the internet for this business model. So check out the link in the description. We have a free video on the next page that's gonna go over this business model in much more in detail.